Again, and welcome back to another startup guide. This time we're going for the Boeing variant of the F18. As you can see, I've got the wings folded and I am completely in a cold and dark state. Obviously I've got the lights on, I don't know why they're on. We'll go and turn them off. So, a few things to notice in this aircraft when you jump in. For starters, if you look away from the main hood, the hood follows you around like it would do a fighter pilot with the heading, altitude and everything else, and it's just a case of looking around. Secondly, there is a bit more meat and bones to this. You can actually pick a radio frequency this time. I don't know if you'd want to go on VATSIM for this. Obviously I don't know what the rules are for flying military aircraft, but you've got certain menus you can click on, but you got your mode Charlie, your transponders, autopilot, but we'll just stick with the radio. Right, so again, it's kind of like the McDonnell one. There's a lot of buttons which you can press, but they're not, half of them are pretty in op. Now, got the battery on, so there's your battery switch. You got your generator switches, which I will keep on normal. Pitot heats are on. I mean, obviously you can, consoles are a different color. Obviously the light switches are still in the same. But we'll turn these lights off because they're in the middle of daytime. Right. Practically the same setup. Obviously you've got all these, apart from the head and track work, and the CRS. Got different modes for your fuel and your wings. Your park and brake is here, so obviously it's currently on at the moment. Remember, 9 to 3 on, 12 till 6 it is off and you're ready to roll. Right, so not, as I says, not much more dissimilar from the McDonnell. I'm gonna get the APU ready. So the APU is still in the same place, and hopefully we should get a light saying ready. And the APU is ready, so we'll go ahead and get the left engine going. Obviously it is a more digital version of the gauges. So same again. Temperature goes up. Wait for it to level off. Actually goes higher than McDonnell Douglas. We'll wait for that to come down for engine 1. Getting noisy up in here. And it is leveled off. Right. I'll do the right engine. So the numbers should match up. There or thereabouts. There might be slight deviations, don't worry if there is, as long as there's not a massive deviation. Exhaust gas temperatures are looking good. RPM's climbing steadily. So we should have 61, 272, 10 and 66 across the board. Yes, and we do. So then what we'll do next is we will turn our lights on, our anti-skid is on. We will go for our flaps. And then we'll spread the wings. APU automatically turned off. Yep, everything is all hunky-dory, and that is a lot more basic than the McDonnell Douglas. Obviously, cannot open the canopy, which is a shame. But what you can do, these menus have a bit more meat and bones to them. Map. Obviously, say some stuff is not implemented. You got your different position initialize, you can't do that. I imagine that as the distance. Got your data. Nav check, obviously not implemented. Waypoints. Sequences. Again, you've got to go through them, see which ones are active and which aren't. Go back to the menu. EW, that's not implemented. Cars, not implemented. Target data, not implemented. Of course, obviously, most of the stuff that's in on these flight management computers aren't really relevant, because obviously you can't do fire missions, you can't fire missiles on this, obviously, unless you get a mod. But it's pretty much the same all the way through these aircraft. As I say, got your hood in the center, and that is it. It is literally a quick guide how to start the McDonnell Douglas. Oh, and it's starting to rain. So there you have it, folks. That is how. Oh, on a side note, there's the gear. And I don't know if that works. Oh, indeed, the hook does. Slightly longer than the one on the McDonnell. So obviously you've got your mode there if you land on a field or a carrier. I know some people like to land on the carriers, and you can actually get them. Obviously you've got your eject seat, your landing gear, and your parking brake. So there you have it. Obviously this one is a bit shorter because it is practically more or less the same with some slight variations. Obviously there's more buttons or less buttons available to you to work on this one. And you have a 360 hood. And just a lot more operability on this. You could potentially go on VATSIM with this obviously, but there's different rules for military aircraft on VATSIM. As far as I'm aware, obviously I'm not an expert on it, you'd probably have to ask someone else in terms of the military rules for VATSIM, preferably a controller. And there are groups out there for flight wings, which you could join. So, I believe that's all from me for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you gained some insightful knowledge. Obviously, whether or not you choose to fly this military aircraft or not, or you're just into the airliners, obviously I've got some other stock guides for certain airline videos, i.e. the A330 and all other planes in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Well, at least a few in anyway. So don't forget, leave a like, share, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We are nearly on the 200 mark. Let's keep going and going, people. And I shall see you guys next time, and thanks for dropping by. And take care.